Welcome to the Effects Loop. I'm Diaz.
I'm Scott.
And we're keeping you in the loop of the guitar community. Ding, This episode is brought to you by our patrons, our wonderful supporters who every month decide that they love us enough. That's it. Enough. That's
enough.
If you want to join,
enough.
If you want to join our Patreon, you go to patreon.com/theeffectsloop, and you can hang out with great people in our little chat room we've got. If you give $5 or more, we just had a new member join, Josh. Well, we already did the shout out, but we can never just be.
Yeah. How about that handwritten letter that you wrote?
I have to send a pedal to Ben, so I'm gonna put the handwritten letter in there.
There you go.
That's the plan. I still have to get up the gun to take the pedal to the post office, so I really just don't want to do that.
Yeah, but perks of the chat room is you get the episode early.
Yes, that is true.
You get a bonus episode at all Patreon tiers. And at the chat room level, you get to also often discuss the new gear events as they happen with us privately. Yeah. So, Diaz actually has an opinion for the show that's developed by the chat room. If you read. If you read the chat room.
Yeah. I've kind of.
You've not been very active on the chat lately. This is your intervention. We're gonna Shanghai you right here. Diaz, your mic stopped working again. What did you do? You guys just missed me give hand signals to Diaz to stop him talking because he could not recognize that his audio interface is acting up again. Can't hear you. Still nothing. I'm leaving all this in the episode too. Not cutting any of it.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, sorry about that, guys. Something's going on really weird, and I'm just not a happy camper. So, so how's everyone doing? We're back on track.
Yeah, but we lost you at talking about how you don't talk in the chat anymore.
Oh yeah, so I don't talk. Oh, I do. I try. I've been kind of busy, so I'll do better.
Yep.
I say that. Scott just has to send me a text. Remind me. Like, hey, go look at the chat room, buddy.
No. Remember how I don't help people anymore? I just let them fail.
Yeah.
And it's part of me being emotionally healthy with other people losing. Like my volleyball game last night. I didn't touch the ball. We lost. I wasn't involved in the game at all. Ball never came to me. Do I sit there and say I get mad that my team lost? Or do I just sit there and go, yeah, I didn't lose because I didn't play? Yeah. Do we need to talk about that more? That was the playoffs too. I was not happy.
Yeah.
But moving on. Oof.
We could probably talk about what's new.
We can.
Scott, what's new with you?
Have I got anything new? Oh, I did get something new.
Yeah?
Yeah, I did. Do you not know about this?
I might and just not realize what you're talking about.
Let me sneak it into the frame.
Oh, yeah, I know about this. Yes.
Boom. It's bigger and heavier than I thought.
Yeah.
I got a Paul Reed Smith MT-15 amplifier.
Yes.
Head.
The Mark Tremonti signature.
Yes.
That's interesting. Like, are you a Mark Tremonti fan?
He was my favorite guitar player growing up.
Was it Alter Bridge or Creed?
Creed.
Very interesting. I don't know why that surprises me. I don't see you as a big Creed fan.
Yeah, I mean, that was like junior high. I was a real big Creed fan.
Yeah. Oh, dude, listen,
and then in high school, it was like Incubus and that kind of stuff. And so when you really think about it, a lot of my favorite guitar players growing up played Paul Reed Smith. So that was definitely a factor.
Paul Reed Smith was always the guitar. I had a Paul Reed Smith custom 2410 top that got stolen.
I remember you telling me that.
Whale blue. I think it was gorgeous.
They were all whale blue back then.
Yeah. This one had the toggle switch, the rotary.
Mm-hmm.
That was the knob.
The 5-way.
Yeah.
They've stopped doing that.
Yeah, I didn't care for it too much. Of course, I wasn't as educated as I am now.
Yeah. So anyway, the amp just came and I'm dealing with it. It arrived damaged.
Yeah.
So due to definitely some shipping mishandling and not being very well packed, I just got a reply today from the seller 2 days later of informing him that the package I opened was damaged. So he's like, yeah, we'll do a FedEx claim. So I have no idea what's happening.
Okay.
So I got to take more photos and send him stuff of the packing material and the label and all this kind of junk. So
yeah, because you know about needing all that stuff because someone else had a story that happened this week with shipping and bullshit. Me. Remember?
No, I don't remember this at all.
All right. I was in the chat with this. So that was the problem. I was in the chat. So I had some pedals up for sale February.
Oh yeah. 18th. Okay, I remember this. Sorry.
Yes. So February 18th, I get a message from a guy who I've done business with before. He's a flipper. He worked for a business that does a company that does a lot of business on Reverb. It is a guitar shop. Or they call themselves a guitar shop. It could easily be a few people. Because there is definitely now, I know, more than one person I was dealing with. So he messaged me. I had a bunch of pedals I wasn't selling, and I was just ready to get rid of them. I needed some money, so I did a deal with him, and I ended up shipping. And I shipped on the 21st. And so 3 days later, I shipped them because we did the deal on a Saturday, and the Monday was a holiday. So the first day the post was open, I went there. And then the pedals arrived according to tracking on February 23rd, and then March 1st I get an email and it says, hey there, I'm just getting around to checking out these pedals and I'm missing 2 of the pedals. Do you still have them? I replied back promptly, and these are all the emails from the person are hours or days apart. If I got a package that was missing half of the items or so, I would be a little bit more adamant or want to know what's going on. So they were in the box, they were bubble wrapped and put in a flat rate box. So I put 4 pedals in the large flat rate box. 2 pedals had boxes, 2 pedals didn't. I bubble wrapped the 2 that didn't. Okay. And he says, were they in the same box as the other 2 pedals? I said, yes, they were. Once again, took him hours to respond. And then he goes, hey there. Yeah, I don't know what to say. I only received 2 pedals. I said, can you send me the photo of the package and how you received it? Because my first thought is damaged package, something happened. Or I was looking for if the post office taped the package, because they use the marked tape usually.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, I will need photos of everything so I can file a claim with the post office. Because at this point, I'm stressing out because I've never done bad business.
You need to, by the way, if this is Reverb.
No, it's not Reverb.
Okay.
This was a private sale.
Okay. Because Reverb policies, you have to notify within 2 days of it arriving.
Right. Well, and no, this was a private sale. Yeah. It did go through PayPal. So I was already stressing because I know that PayPal sometimes it is very just unfair in their claims issues. So I'm starting to stress okay, well, how much am I gonna have to refund and all this? And of course he's taking forever. So I start going through USPS and starting a claim. Mm-hmm. It says I'll need photos of everything, including the packaging material, because they want photos of absolutely everything.
Mm-hmm.
And then he says, "Hey there, I talked to my colleague," which is the first time I realized there was a colleague involved. I thought I was just dealing with one guy. And he said, "Hey, I talked to my colleague who opened it, and he said the box did not seem large enough to fit 4 pedals. I do not have the box. He tossed it. Did you pack it or did the post office?" I said, "I packed it. It was a large flat rate box. USPS claims requires the original packaging be retained with all packaging materials. I hope your colleague who opened it didn't toss the bubble wrap containing the pedals." So that's my thought. Okay, well, if you didn't even open it, maybe some moron opened it and just grabbed, thinking that it was just like a brick of bubble wrap to keep the other 2 pedals in place. And then he goes, "Hey, Jonathan, I do not have the bubble wrap. So I buy a lot of pedals this way through Craigslist and have them shipped. It just so happens that I have another seller who sent me pedals from Nashville, and we're missing 2 of his as well. I think there's someone in the Tennessee USPS system that's nabbing pedals." First of all, if they're going to nab pedals, they would nab the ones in the box, not the 2 random ones in bubble wrap. Well, unless they grabbed those and thought they could put the bubble wrap back or whatever. And then at that point, I didn't even respond because I was just like really frustrated trying to figure out how I was going to respond. And then the next day he says, "Hey there, sorry for the false alarm. We found the other 2 pedals today. They were on a pile of bubble wrap. So sorry for the confusion." Like,
Not
what the
great.
crap? Like, I'm like, well, if you got a colleague, you're running a business. This is a horrible business practice. Like, absolutely ridiculous. I'll never do business with him again. Or if I do, I will be like, check the bubble wrap. And I will video me, like, from the time I wrap the box, I'll have someone videotape me taking it to the post office. I'll have a 20-minute video. I don't care. Because that was ridiculous. Like, absolutely insane. So good thing you kept the packaging materials and you did your unboxing video. Well, you had the issue of FedEx with like
not delivering it.
Yeah. And then the package was damaged.
Yeah. That
clearly damaged from the outside.
Yeah. It pancaked itself because it was not fully packed package.
Yeah.
Like there was a 4-inch gap inside that thing. And it was just the thin bubble wrap around an amp head. Like there should have been some stuffing in there, and there wasn't. So we'll deal with that when the time comes. But anyway, you want to get into some gear news because we got a lot.
Yeah. All right. So first on the list, the Focus Fuzz from Great Eastern.
Yeah,
I've never heard of them.
Neither have I.
Yeah. This is a very the knob placement is pretty cool.
Yeah, the asymmetric knobs.
It looks like an arrow. Like it looks like the tip of the arrow from their from the artwork.
Yeah. Good unified.
I'm sure that wasn't the intent, but
so it's from a Great Eastern FX is actually out of Cambridge, England.
Okay.
So you have your traditional fuzz level and focus, top mounted jacks.
This looks like a Spaceman.
It does kind of have a Spaceman vibe to it, doesn't it?
Yeah, not to the point where it's the knobs. I'll definitely say it's the knobs.
Mm-hmm.
The silver top hat. Is that top hat? Is that what those are called?
I don't know what.
Yeah, they look like. Yeah, they look
knobs
like,
are.
Yeah, because they kind of look like the Gibson knobs, but with the arrow pointed on them.
Mm-hmm.
So top hat, yeah, Gibson, kind of like the silver top hat knobs. I like it. Like look wise, I didn't get to listen to it.
Well, it's a fuzz.
I have a feeling it sounds like. Yeah, I was about to say, I have a feeling it sounds like a fuzz.
So it has germanium and silicon transistors. It's limited to a 250 pedal run. It is $285.
Ooh, that's
available direct and through some retailers.
Does this brand have a following that I don't know about?
You know, that's a great question.
Because I feel like for $285, this brand should really have a following.
So they have 3 pedals. They have the Designer Drive, the Small Speaker Overdrive, and this is the Focus Fuzz, which is the new one. All very similar aesthetics and things like that.
Yeah, that definitely has the spaceman thing on all of them.
There's a number of vendors in the United States that actually they have pretty good distribution. Like Eastside Music carries them. You've got Pitbull Audio carries them. Steve's Music carries them.
I wonder if they're going to be at NAMM.
Maybe. Anderton's in Europe. The UK.
Yeah, you ever been to the Europe?
And
anytime Scott fumbles words, I'm just going to do it with a Southern accent and make it sound a little bit normal.
Look, man, I got like 3 reports out the door today. I'm barely functioning.
I had to open a store today, and I was extremely short-handed. I was furious all day because it was just a total like crap show. And it's one of those things. I feel like it's a really bad sense of when I was a store manager, if I was to have a district manager come run my store, I would make sure that they were set. You know what I mean? Or even if I had another manager come run my store, if they weren't a manager that was based out of my store, I would make sure that their shift was set before I made sure my shift was set. And that did not happen. And I feel like, but there's also a little bit of, I'm a control freak and like things are not going how I would have them. And so I kind of have to step back and, but yeah, I'm gonna have to give some, constructive criticism tomorrow. Yeah, I wasn't happy. So yeah.
Have I talked to you about the thing I cracked at work or no?
No.
So I am playing around with spatial audio.
Okay.
Because I can export my models for room acoustics into spatial audio. And we're talking about like how do we present them to clients and things like that. I really shouldn't talk much more about this than I have. But anyway, I cracked it. The head tracking algorithms and things like that. So I can sit somebody down and they turn their head and the sound field turns with them as they turn their head.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I got that up and running and I ran a demo and got to show that off a little bit at work.
So kind of like how the Waza headphones have the okay.
Or I mean like spatial audio is a thing in like the iPhone with the AirPods.
Yeah.
But this is like not just you turn your head and the source moves. It's also how it moves in a reverberant field.
Oh, okay.
So like I am simulating how that sounds in a room, not just if you were in space with no room reflections.
Oh, okay.
So it's a little more advanced. It's actually a lot more complicated. So
saddle up your horses.
Yeah, so we're using a web camera to track faces moving.
Oh, wow.
Also found out today I ran a test with one of my coworkers. That program I wrote it, or I have using, I didn't write anything. The packages we're all combining together are racist. So
what?
So head tracking works.
Yeah.
Head tracking was designed by white people and it tracks white faces preferentially. And so as a joke, I was like, all right, does it still work with you? Because he has a darker complexion than I do. And it's working fine. And then I just went next to him and it immediately grabbed my face off of him.
Yeah.
And started correlating to my face. So
wasn't that an issue with facial recognition and people who are Asian?
I don't know about that, but
I'm pretty sure
I've heard of it. Like I've definitely heard particularly black people having a hard time getting things to work for them. Like automatic hand, like the automatic faucets sometimes don't work for people with darker skin.
Yeah.
You know, things like that. So
don't be hating because they got more melanin.
I'd agree.
Yeah. Oh, dude, we're not going to get into it, but after the episode, remind me to talk to you about what just passed in Tennessee. You might have heard about it, but yeah. All right, let's keep moving.
I've buried my head in the sand pretty good when it comes to politics these days.
Oh, dude. Yeah, it's crazy. But anywho. All right. Walrus Audio expands its storybook Sonic Adventure Pedal series with the Fable Granular Soundscape Generator.
Oh my goodness, do I want this.
Amazing. It looks so amazing.
So Walrus has just been making a ton of pedals I want lately. They're getting into the weirder and I'm loving it.
It's kind of like they've been taking a cue from Old Blood.
Huh. Funny how that relationship works. You understood that reference, right?
Mm-mm.
So Old Blood Noise Endeavors was founded by Brady and Seth, and they sold it, and then they started Old Blood.
Oh, okay.
So
Gotcha.
the Old Blood guys used to be Walrus.
Okay.
Well, not. I don't think Dan was a part of that, but anyway.
Okay.
Actually, I don't know if Dan's still with Old Blood or if he's off on his own. He moved. So anyway, anywho, this is a pretty sweet. This is not a quarter note delay. Let's just put it that way. So you've got a bunch of different types of granular delay programming in here. It is a double-sized pedal.
Yep.
But it's the vertical style, so it should fit on your board. I don't know. And then it's got 5 different modes, and I had a list of the modes. But there's pitch shifting, there's granular delay where you can change the grain size, so like micro delays and things like that. Mode 1 is a reverse delay with a reverse granular effect. Mode 2 is a forward delay into an octave up granular effect. Mode 3 is an analog delay into an octave down granular effect. Mode 4 is a multi-tap granular into multi-tap granular. So it creates almost a reverberation. And mode 5 is a forward-facing delay going into randomized pitch effects.
I want to take the time to talk about how I would buy this pedal for the artwork alone.
Yeah.
This is like a work of art. It reminds me of like a Magic the Gathering artwork. Like the Thorn Elemental.
Yeah.
Almost. But
so
it's
they are calling this part of the storyboard, I believe, or was it? Yeah, storyboard Sonic Adventure pedal series. So that includes like the lore, which had a very similar aesthetic. So I'm curious what else they kind of keep coming up with this.
This is wonderful. Like I want this.
It's $300.
It's not horrible.
It's not horrible, but it might be definitely pricing. It's not, your first delay pedal. This is an extra delay pedal. So, I will probably be adding this to my Reverb follow.
Yeah.
And at some point, trying to get my hands on one for sure.
I love honestly, I can't stop talking about the artwork.
Maybe I just need to go see me and try it out.
Yeah, there you go.
Because I haven't tried the lore out either, and I was really curious if the lore.
The Guitar Center around me carries Walrus.
Yeah.
I wonder if they'll get this in.
I wonder if does Guitar Center have to like displays still?
Uh-huh.
Oh, that might be an easier option.
Yeah. Well, you still have to get someone to get it out of the display for you and everything.
At CME, everything's in a display, just loose. So you have to ask for every pedal there.
Oh, that's the same with Guitar Center.
Okay, because they'll curate for you there though, because like they just have this big counter, and they'll be like, oh yeah, so if you're checking this out, you might want to check this out and this out and this out, and they'll hand you like 4 pedals to go try out.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so that works. Anyway,
Guitar Center is just like, what do you want? That one? All right.
And you just walk in and do the I know more than you, and just keep going.
Yeah, and then you put the pedal in your pocket and you walk out. No, I'm just kidding.
You put the pedal in the pocket and you walk out of the store. All right. Epiphone.
Epiphany.
Epiphona.
Epiphone.
That was me coughing, trying to hide it as a laugh, and then just gave up. Right. Has unveiled mid-price versions of the 58 Corina Explorer and Flying V.
Yeah, I like it.
Coming in both white and black
pickguards.
pickguards.
I like it. How much is mid-range in their opinion?
You're not going to like it. Comes with a hard shell case.
$1,200 maybe?
$1,299.
That's not horrible.
It comes with Gibson pickups and CTS pots.
Yeah.
Switchcraft.
Oh, please don't tell me it's a Palfaro fretboard though.
Laurel, Indian Laurel.
Oh, what? Oh. I don't want the fretboard to be too light in color. I want that nice darker rosewood.
It's a lighter rosewood still.
Yeah, I don't know. Anywho, yeah, I want that so I can play some YouTube.
Are these limited?
I hope not.
It has a Locktone stop bar tailpiece. I don't know that brand. Is
that a Gibson brand?
I don't know. I don't know.
Maybe
what's different.
Maybe they're branding their hardware now.
Maybe
so they can just. I don't know. Anyhow, $12.99. Not horrible if it plays well.
I mean, Fender Mexico is getting into that range these days too. So
yeah. I'm not hating on
it's
the
just
price.
Again, I'm. You guys are going to start saying okay millennials now, but you still have these like. I remember when Epiphones were like $400-$500.
Yep.
Those
I
days
remember
are gone, man.
Gibson Les Pauls were starting at like
$1,600.
Yeah, like the traditionals or like the
Studio was like super cheap.
The studios were like $1,200.
Yeah.
I remember whenever like a used Gibson studio was like $600 to $800.
Oh gosh. Yeah, those days are gone.
I bought one for $600. Like literally bought a studio for $600. Snapped the headstock, fix the headstock, and then sold it for $800.
All right, there you go.
You snap and fix it, and you get more money.
You think Snap and Fix It is ESP's new?
I want to be
philosophy?
mad at this, but I'm not.
Well, actually, they have rolled out. Well, before you start reacting to it, let's announce what it is.
Okay.
They have announced the LTD Kirk Hammett Signature KHV, asymmetrical V-shape electric guitar, and bona fide shred machine.
Do you know what the problem is with this?
What's that?
It's string through body.
Which also the Flying V was that we just looked at.
But it's Kirk Hammett.
Oh, so no Floydy boy.
There you go. That's where I was heading with it.
So the black one looks like a black one, but the gold one looks really classic looking. It has a very, other than the shark fin.
It has, because it's got the cream pick guard.
Yeah.
It's got that gold top Les Paul feel.
It does. It really does.
That's in the gold knob. So it's really got that gold top Les Paul feel. I like it. I don't even hate the body shape. The black one, the red one, I do dig a lot. Out of all of them, the red one's the one I dig the most.
Yeah, the red with cream looks really good. It's almost a reddish cream.
Gold? It looks like gold.
Tough to tell.
Yeah.
Tough to tell. They are 25 and a half inch radius, or sorry, not radius, scale
Radii.
length. Scale length.
$2,500.
Yeah, it's an LTD.
That's the thing. $2,500 for an LTD though.
Extra jumbo frets.
$2,500.
Oh, they're pearloid wave inlays. They're not shark fins. Yeah, they are slightly there. Yeah. They come with a pair of Kurt Hammett's EMG bone breaker humbuckers.
Oh yeah.
It is a full neck through build.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's not a set neck; it's a neck through. Should be coming out in June.
$2,500 though.
It's come with a case.
I would sure fucking
deluxe
hope so.
hard shell case. Yep.
Oh yeah, it's deluxe. That makes it.
Dude, at that price point, like PRSs come with a gig bag.
I know. But my whole issue is it's an LTD. It's not even just an ESP.
Isn't LTD the high end of?
No, LTD
ESP?
is the low end, isn't it? Yeah, LTD is the low end.
This is honestly a brand I don't really pay attention to, so I don't really know.
I'm trying to find out. ESP on the LTD are the same company. The difference is ESP series is the premium line of guitars, whereas the LTD is the affordable version of the ESP models.
Yikes.
Yeah. Once again, $2,500 for the affordable line.
Yeah, okay. Yikes.
And it doesn't even have a Floydy boy.
Yeah. You know what should be affordable though? The
rent is too damn high.
You killed my segue.
Okay, go ahead.
Chapman Guitars have teased that they're working with Pete Honore. I think it's Honore. To do his telly. in a Chapman version. It has a contoured body, his signature Monty's pickups, and
I'm digging the pickguard. I'm sorry. I'm like totally just go ahead. I'm gonna just tell me when to talk. I'm gonna sit over here. I'm sorry. I know what I'm doing, and I'm really sorry.
You always do this, though.
I know.
You're just finally becoming aware that you're doing it.
Oh, this on this episode, Diaz becomes self-aware. There's the episode title right there. That's a great title. Okay, we got to use that one.
Yeah.
On this episode, Diaz becomes self-aware. All right.
Okay.
Go ahead. Teachers. Are
you that much of an Andertons fan?
No, I don't. I could care one way or the other.
Okay. It's weird to see this yellow color considering he is so known for playing a purple Telecaster.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, this butterscotch blonde kind of thing.
Yeah.
I love the pickguard.
It's got that Paul Reed Smith-esque cutaway.
It really looks wonderful. I would play this.
Yeah, so the fun question is that guitar that Alter Bridge's frontman, blanking
Miles
on the
Kennedy.
name, Miles Kennedy's been running around with. Which one hits the market first?
Ooh. Well, are they really competing the same? How much do you think? How much is the Chapman going to be?
So they're going to do a high-end UK version.
Okay.
Whenever they get their high-end UK operations together.
Yeah, they've been having some issues there.
Yeah, and what's his name? Irish Chris Carter. KDH? Whatever the guy whose like entire YouTube channel is just like, this is the drama. And I just don't like his presentation. Anyway, and this is the episode where Scott starts a competition with another not crazy successful guitar influencer.
Okay.
Because we really need wars between each other. Anyway, I've called him Irish Chris Carter before, haven't I?
I don't know.
I made that joke. Anyway, look at pictures of them together when Chris had long hair. You'll see it. That's all I got. They don't have pricing. It's not an official thing. They're just teasing prototypes. But it's coming.
Watch out. Okay.
Do the next transition.
Hold on. Well, slap my ass and call me Shirley. Fender offers the opportunity to wear quadruple denim with its latest Wrangler collaboration. All right, hold on. I gotta find Tony's post because I had some great fucking things. Hold on. So if you're listening to this on your phone, search while still listening for this ad because OMG. All right, where's it at? Tony needs to stop posting so much stuff.
Oh my God, yeah. So this is a kind of a denim collaboration line. So they're going to have denim guitar straps, which actually I could be down for. I have a denim guitar strap. Yeah. Some clothing and a denim case, which I'm actually here for the denim case, except for the fact that they have a back pocket.
Okay, yeah. Listen, I said, I only drink Bud Light and need someone to blow into this tube on my Chevy so I can drive home. And I put exclusively at Buc-ee's. Garth Brooks is my guitar hero. Tennessee Tuxedo series for when you have a show at 9 and a date with your cousin at 12. All right, I had to get this out. No, for crying out loud.
You know where you can buy this? Urban Outfitters.
Are you fucking serious? No urban person's wearing this shit. Get the fuck out of here.
So
I can't. This is ridiculous.
My first comment on the collaborations, because like these kind of collaborations aren't odd. You know, there's like the Supreme one. There was like, you know, other ones. It makes you kind of wonder because the timing is not very good. If it is this is JC from Gibson, the current CEO of Gibson, came from Levi's.
I don't think so.
Okay.
It's possible, but come on.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not mad at the person who came up with this idea because like there's people who have to brainstorm. I'm mad at the person that said that's a great idea and let them run with it. No. Bad.
Honestly, the guitar case I think looks good other than the back pocket. Because if you think of denim and tweed, they're not that far off.
That's like saying, "Oh, he loves me, but he beats me." That doesn't make it okay.
That is such a false equivalency.
I know, that was horrible. I'm sorry. Also, spousal abuse is not a joke. Let's keep moving. But this is horrible. Both of them are horrible. They do have that in common.
I mean, the shirts, the clothing, in my opinion, doesn't look good. But I'm also not a Gen Z kid who's into this 90s nostalgia crap either. So
listen, I remember when I was in middle school or maybe like 5th grade, and Wranglers were hip. The Wrangler, and it wasn't the regular. It's the Wrangler. Levi's the red label, but it was like the Wrangler ones that had the patch on it. Which that back pocket has the right patch. And they were more expensive. That's whenever you got Wranglers that were like $60-$70 a pair, not the $20 ones from Walmart or whatever. But yeah, it's still how is this back? It's not good. It wasn't good then.
Yeah, but have you seen how the youths are dressing these days?
But Wranglers were for country folk. Wranglers were what you wore if you worked on the farm, because they did not get tore up. That girl hasn't even driven by a farm ever. That guy is
I bet you she has an Instagram photo at a barn.
Okay, she's probably been to a barn, but the pig probably walked up and she was like, "Oh my god, it touched me!" And that guy's like, okay. Sorry.
Diaz gets mad at models.
I'm not. I'm mad at this idea.
You know what really grinds my gears?
You know what? I had a podcast called Grinding Gears.
Did you?
Yeah, I did. I had a podcast called Grinding Gears, and that's always you know what really grinds my gears, because I used to like to bitch about stuff. So they're like, you should do this on a podcast, and it's worked for two different podcasts now. Well, I mean, it kind of worked for that other
You think
one.
this is working?
Maybe.
Interesting.
I know we get 70 listens a week, or 70 listens on download day, and I got 65 of them. The iPhones around my house, so
we get more listens than that. But anyway,
it was a joke. We did the dozens. We have dozens of listeners.
Literal dozens.
Multiples. I was playing Number Munchers the other day because I don't know how to grow up. Yeah, so that was a great game. Anyhow. How does it have any prices on this stuff? Because I just want to get mad again.
Yes.
Tell them to me.
Oh, I gotta open the link again because I've already moved on.
I'm still here.
So the case is something like $200 something, which again, tweed guitar case isn't that crazy.
Yeah, that's not horrible.
The straps are something like $45.
Not bad.
It's a little expensive.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm on the UK site. Hang on. US site.
Oh, okay. Ow.
So many.
How much, Bobby?
$50
for a strap.
Yep, for the basic one, and then the high end one. So it's leather and denim together.
Yeah,
which looks terrible, by the way. Is $90, and then $250 for the case, and $10 for the celluloid picks.
Ugh. Okay, the $10 for the picks makes me mad.
For 8 picks.
Yeah,
celluloid picks.
I know. Okay, but that's like the picks where you go into Guitar Center and it's like
they're free.
No. But I'm
at Guitar Center. Celluloid picks should be free. They're terrible.
Okay, but you're not letting me fucking talk. So you know how you go in and they've got the Beatles sets of picks and stuff like that, and they're about $10. So that's not horrible. $250 for the case. I mean, it is. Please tell me it's limited edition.
They do have some of these things on sale too. So the denim jackets are $70 right now. That's not a bad deal for a denim jacket.
Does it say Fender on it?
The front of it just says Wrangler on the front.
Okay.
And it's small. Actually, these denim jackets look fine. For $70, it's not a bad deal. I actually might recommend them. And there's no terrible location. There's no terrible logo on the back either.
Next episode, Scott's wearing a denim jacket. I'm like, hey.
I already own a denim jacket.
You could get another one.
Yeah, but I need to buy a tall one. So these aren't going to be size. What's kind of kitschy is they have this little in the bottom hem. There's this little pocket to stick a pick on the outside, and I kind of like it, and I hate myself for liking it.
That's like the people who have the the wallets that have the little pick spot for it.
Good on you. I mean,
listen. If it makes you happy.
I'm not judging because I carry around a keychain with a pick holder in it. So
I used to. I grew up. And no, I'm just kidding. I'm playing. Yeah, I saw that. Don't worry. but yeah, no. Yeah, I just hate the premise of it. The prices don't make me that upset. But anyways, you know what makes some people upset? Moore Team's boutique looks with a built-in wireless transmitter on upgraded S900 guitars, DSP guitar. Why did they take the picture in the desert?
Because they want their colors not to look accurate because they're washed out.
Yeah.
Okay. $700.
It's not horrible.
I'm just going to start there. $700.
What do you think they're made at?
Oh, Far East.
Well, I mean, I was saying what?
I bet you Cortex making them.
Yeah. I figured it was a Cort.
So it has a UHF transmitter in it.
Yeah.
Works with the GTRS app.
Yeah.
So they can build guitar profiles. There's a bunch of effects. There's a looper in it. It has a tuner, metronome, drum machine. It has a 5-hour battery, which is actually pretty low for a wireless unit.
Yeah, that's not fantastic.
It's a USB-C connection. Very forward thinking. It still has a 1/4-inch output.
Yeah.
That can be used for headphones. These don't really seem to be... These seem to be practice guitars. These don't seem to be performance-oriented guitars, in my opinion. Am I way off there?
Oh, no. I just accidentally lowered my chair and scared myself. I don't know. I'm not sure. I like the look of them, kind of. I like the green one, actually. That's probably the only one I really do like. $700, though. I feel like it's a gimmick thing. All this built-in stuff, and it's very gimmicky. I think that's where you're going with the practice guitar. I feel like this is going to be bought by someone who thinks they're getting an amazing guitar for an amazing price, and all they do is sit at home and play Metallica.
Yeah. I mean, it's also just like, I am so wary of anything built into a guitar because that stuff tends to age out.
Mm-hmm. Oh, what happens if it goes bad?
Yeah. Does it cease to be a usable guitar? Versus there are the Fender Mustang. I think they have $100 plug thing that does all this stuff.
Yeah.
That's built in. I'd rather actually have it external.
Basswood body. Nothing great.
Yeah.
So wait, we're the 1/4 out can still be used like a regular guitar, right?
It said headphone out.
Where?
Also, 1/4-inch headphones. Fuck you. Sorry. I don't swear on this podcast much, but yeah.
Just get an adapter.
Yeah.
I've got 20,000 of them.
I know. It's still annoying.
It says that it can be used directly with headphones for quiet practice.
The exact wording was USB-C connection for direct recording and a 1/4-inch output that can be used directly with headphones for quiet practice.
That can be, doesn't say that it has to be used.
You're twisting things, man.
No, I'm reading what the actual words say.
Yeah, and you're reaching for a meaning that is not stated at all.
Are you fucking gonna sit there and tell me that you think that they're building this guitar and the 1/4 out can't be used to an amp?
I think it would be stupid if that's the case. Yes.
Okay, but you're assuming that you're saying that I'm twisting words. No, it literally says that can be used directly. I'm not twisting words. I'm reading words and
you're reading words and then you're twisting them.
No, can be. What does can be? That it can be doesn't mean it has to be. You're gonna sit there and
so
tell
hard.
me that I'm twisting words.
You are trying so hard. It's hilarious.
I'm fucking making sense, and you're over here saying it would be dumb if they did that. Yeah, it would be dumb. That's why it says it can be used directly. You're kidding me right now. Chewy's getting pissed. Oh wow. That's my pee right there.
Just peed on the floor?
No, I know when I said pissed, it hit the mic.
Oh,
really hard. No, I didn't. No one pissed on the floor. I hope.
John, I am just reading what was on the thing.
Yeah, can be used. All right, I swear, as soon as this podcast is over, I'm going to look this up and see if it can be used for an amp too. And if it is, I'm going to send it to you, and I'm not going to talk to you for a whole week. I'm not going to tell.
How weird. It says here that the battery can last for 12 hours or 9 hours /9 hours if the wireless transmitter is using. So it actually is longer.
It could. Is that the word they use? Could?
No, they didn't use any word. I inserted could.
Okay. Or did they say can be?
Well, it's been a great 240 episodes, everybody.
Scott's fucking done.
And I just want to say thanks for being a subscriber to this podcast. It's been good knowing you all. Diaz, lose my number.
All right, let's move on. There's $700.
Oh, can we move on?
We can move on.
We don't have to move on.
We don't have to, but we can. We can be moving on. All right. What's the next thing?
I hate every decision I made in my life that has led me here.
Listen, you're only the fourth person who's ever told me that whenever they've met me.
Are those number 3 and 4 on longest relationships you've known also said those?
Yeah, that's it. That was in my graduation card from my mom. Oh my god!
Wait, you graduated?
No, kind of. I got a good enough degree.
All right. Well, speaking of good enough, let's talk about this week in Harley Benton.
Harley Benton.
Go for it, Diaz.
Harley Benton teams up with Guitar Max for a new Fusion signature guitar, a well-spec'd $444 shred machine.
I kind of like the price tag. You don't see 444 very often.
Yeah, let's do it. You know, I dig it. Oh, I love the reverse headstock. You know what? I totally dig reverse headstocks. I want to do a reverse headstock on my telly.
I have a reverse headstock and I hate it.
Why? Did you mess up tuning it?
No, I'm doing this like super arm bend thing.
Oh. I don't think you're doing it right. You don't have to go up on the front. You can go behind.
I'm going from behind. I'm just doing this wraparound thing. And
Chewy.
I don't like it. Anyway, but if this is your thing, it's this interesting emerald green burst kind of a thing. Gold hardware, no fret inlays.
Whoa, hold on. Never mind. Is it just YouTube? Are those what are those tempered frets? Or not? The pause is just weird.
Stainless steel frets.
I didn't know. The video, it had it like staggered, kind of like the tempered frets.
Like the perfect temperament system things?
Yeah.
It has a Floydy Boy, 12-inch radius, modern C profile, locking nut, bridge humbucker, and a single coil in the neck. Any other features we need to talk about? Binding, natural back.
Yeah, this thing's gorgeous.
It's a lot of things that were like, if you describe this to me, I think it's ugly, but when it comes together, I think it actually looks really good.
I always have loved like a gold or like the green burst like into a very hard dark black with gold hardware. The gold hardware really pops.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I could like
my green PRS with silver hardware is mad at you right now for saying that.
That's a different green. It's a different green though.
Okay.
Yours is towards more of like a bluer hue, isn't it?
Mine is a Tempest green, so it's kind of like a closer to a teal. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is a very, very like what color was it called again?
Emerald green burst.
Emerald. So yeah, emerald. There you go. That's a prime example. It's that very bold green. So I love $444.
Not bad.
I think my next guitar is going to be a Harley Benton.
Yeah, especially now that they have US distribution too.
That's the thing. I check their reverb shop all the time.
Yeah, because you were wanting that Slash.
I want this. Yeah, because I want a Les Paul. I've been needing a Les Paul, but I also I don't know, a Super Strat style would be pretty cool.
Can be pretty cool.
It can be pretty. I swear.
Oh, you swear? You swear?
I can swear. Why are you the one picking the fight when you're fucking wrong? Like, you are so wrong, it's not even funny. Like, I feel like you won't admit that I'm right out of pure principle at this point.
I think it makes sense if you are right that it does function as a normal 1/4 inch out.
Yes, because it
did not say anything about it working as a normal 1/4 inch out.
Okay, but it's probably talking about the fact it's highlighting a feature that's not normal. Maybe it actually has something built in where you can plug a 1/4 headphone right into it, and it sounds.
Then say that it does
preamp.
both. It should say that it's both.
Did they write it, or would the art? Someone wrote an article, or is that a full on just?
Hang on, did Jonathan write this one?
Press release. If it's a press release, there's a problem, but it's probably an article.
No, it's definitely a press release. Matt Parker. So it's not your mortal enemy, Jonathan Hershey.
The other Jonathan.
Yep.
All right. Mesa Boogie unveils the Mark 7, its most powerful packed Mark Series guitar amp yet.
I didn't realize how big of news this was going to be, but we have some patrons who have not stopped talking about it for 2 straight days.
Yep.
This is big news.
Listen, I don't even know what this is, and at this point, I'm too afraid to ask.
It's the flagship amp.
Wasn't
new
there
flagship
Mark
amp.
4, like the big one? Mark 4, Mark 5?
Yeah. So Mark 6 never came out. That was a prototype, apparently. And now they're doing the Mark 7. So this is the new iPhone Pro of guitar amps.
Do you think Petrucci's going to get like a bunch of them and just rock it out?
I don't know, because he has his own signature model, so I don't know if it's going to change or what.
I don't know.
So this is still 3 channels, but now the channel voicings are slightly different. They've got 3 for each, so they're claiming it's 9 amps in one. Has onboard cab clone, IR tech. It has a USB input. It can do MIDI switching. Multi-wattage for 90, 45, and 25 watt modes.
I haven't looked at the price, but I want to guess.
Okay, go ahead.
For the head?
Yep.
$3,000.
$3.5.
3.5. Oh, I was gonna say 3.5 for the combo.
Yeah.
The
combo is 38.
38. Okay.
So honestly, the combo's not a bad deal, but the reality is, if you're getting something like this, chances are you're getting the head.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people who do this, I mean, especially like, are the people who have like the rack system and stuff like that. For some reason, I've always dealt with.
There's also a rack mounted version.
Oh, really? Yep. Oh, I see it right there in the center.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, I feel like that's gonna sell great. How much is the rack mounted?
I don't see
Probably
that handy. I bet you it's the same price as the head.
Yeah, I'd assume it's still 35. It's just a different chassis, pretty much.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, well, yeah, pretty much. It's just.
There's a USB connection for managing your IRs in it. There's an internal amp load control. There's a headphone out.
Man.
XLR with a ground lift MIDI toggle. There's a 1/4 inch line out. 4 speaker outputs, 2 8 ohm and 2 4 ohm. And 1/4 inch IO for the effects loop. There's a 6 button foot switch as well.
This is this is now an amp that like I wish I had. I wish this was in my price range of my shopping. Did Tom already order one?
I don't know.
I assume Tom's going to order one, or has already.
I mean, it seems like something he'd order. I mean, the fun part is this might mean some Mark Vs might be entering the used market, because the Mark V is still a fantastic amp.
Yeah.
And a lot of those features that we just listed were on the Mark V as well.
Okay. Did Mark V have direct or IRs and all that and loading?
It had the cab clone. I don't know if it had the IR loader.
Okay.
I don't see a weight on the head, but the combo is 58 pounds for a 1x12. Yeah.
Oh, that's heavy.
Now, I mean, bear in mind, this amp does both 6L6s and EL34s. Oh, you can swap them.
Oh, wow.
So, and 5 12AX7s in the preamp. So, I mean, this is like I think one of the most compact amps when you think about everything that's going on inside of it.
Yeah.
It's a masterpiece is what it is.
This is going to be, I feel like this is something that's going to be their flagship for quite a while.
Yeah.
It's going to take a lot for them to like improve from this. It's going to take a leap in technology, really. I mean, they would, yeah, because this is the best, like all the great things that you could do with it and still use like an actual amp.
Yeah. So on channel 1, you have a clean, fat, and crunch mode. Channel 2, you have a fat, crunch, and Mark 7 mode. The Mark 7 is supposed to be a more modern sound. Okay. Whereas channel 3 goes down Mesa history with a Mark 2B, a Mark 2C Plus, and a Mark 4 mode.
Sounds very interesting.
I mean, if you can't play music with this, you can't play music with anything. This will be your clean into your death metal and Santana and everything in between.
Yeah. All right. Fender unleashes the Troy Sanders Precision Bass, a low-end Silverburst monster rich in Mastodon signature details. So, Troy Sanders, Mastodon bass player, has a Silverburst Precision Bass.
It has a J-Bass pickup in it.
Really?
It's a PJ.
Okay.
So I have been thinking about getting a new bass. That's a PJ. And I don't know. Are
you digging this?
I'm digging the Silverburst.
I don't know if you'll dig the price on it. It's about $1,750. How is that low end? Or I guess we're talking about the sound, low end sound, not price.
Yeah.
When I thought low end,
because it's actually $1,500.
Oh, $1,500. Okay, sorry, I just converted.
Yeah, Fenders are always more expensive abroad.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know if I like the black pickguard on Silverburst. I might swap that out if I did this, but I don't know if I'd want to swap it into like a white or anything. So I don't really.
I feel like I don't know what you'd. I would.
I like the block inlays a lot.
Yeah, I always dig block inlays on Fender basses.
Yeah, because it's one of the times it's actually big enough to make it work. I like the PJ.
My Electro bass has block inlays. I love it. I love that bass. I need to straighten the neck.
It has a precision based neck profile. I don't know if I like any. I don't know what kind of.
Do you think this is something that CME would carry? Do they carry a lot of Fender?
I never go down in the basement to really know. Slab rosewood fingerboard, so it's thicker. It's an active bass preamp, as his signature pickup set in it.
Okay.
It's got his name on the 12th, or it's got an inlay at the 12th fret that has like some symbol that's associated with him, as well as the back logo plate on the neck plate. So I would say it's a subtle signature model in that sense.
Yeah, I like it whenever it's not like someone's name on it.
You don't like a big SRV written on the front of your Strat?
Actually, I would have an SRV Strat, but that's the Strat that I've always wanted. It was an SRV Strat. That and the John Mayer, but yeah.
Yeah.
Anywho.
Well, the John Mayer doesn't say, it says it on the back of the headstock, so it's like subtle.
Mm-hmm.
It comes with a hard shell.
Well, that's good.
It is a poly finish.
Yeah, you'd prefer nitro.
I mean,
do they do nitro much?
Yeah, it's the neck is urethane satin though.
Oof.
So that's really where, the poly bothers me, is on the neck. So that would help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, all right.
Oh wait, it comes with a gig bag, not a hard shell. My bad.
Oh, boo. Well, speaking of signature fenders, U2's Adam Clayton unveils a signature ACB 50 signature 50 watt all tube bass combo.
Is this?
Could they say signature enough in that?
I don't know. But
Jonathan Horsley, you son of a bitch. he did.
Okay, let's. Is this the only? Does Fender make any other bass tube amps right now?
I don't know,
because I know you see a lot of bass players with the Fender amp, like the head and cab vintage thing, but I don't know if there's still any in production.
I don't know. Also,
50 watt tube for bass players is going to be actually kind of low powered.
Yeah. So
15-inch speaker with a lightweight Eminence neodymium speaker. XLR output with ground lift tied to the transformer, so there's not going to be a cab emulator in there. Which on a bass is probably fine. Dual inputs, 2 channels. Fender channel 1 is a classic Fender bass amp tone, which dials for volume, bass, and middle and treble. 3-way selector for low, mid, high for the fine tuning of its mid range. It's all about the mid range, according to Clayton. And then second channel is a modern hi-fi flat EQ profile with controls for volume, treble, and bass.
Okay.
Has a balanced 1/4-inch line out and a 1/4-inch 8-ohm speaker output. If you want to use a cab,
$2,200.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's keep moving because I'm getting tired.
It looks like a Hot Rod Deluxe.
Yeah. Orangewood's first ever solid parlor and slope shoulder dreadnought models headline classy acoustic guitar collection for 2023. I like the black one.
Yeah, I've heard great things about Orangewood. I've only played one.
They look nice. I haven't played one before.
They look nice. Their prices are very attractive. They use some interesting woods too. So they use like cedar.
Why does the black one with the it's a self-applicable pickguard. You don't have to put it on there.
Nice.
But it has that little like the wings at the 12th fret, and it reminds me of the PRS SE acoustic for some reason.
Oh, I was thinking Dean.
Oh, the Dean, yeah. I mean, they look nice. I like them.
Yeah.
I like them without the pickguards on them, though.
Yeah. So,
you're looking without the pickguards.
They do come with the LR Baggs Anthem SL, which is a very good pickup system. Prices get up to about $1,100-$1,200.
That's not bad. Not bad at all.
No, I mean these are foreign made acoustics, so they're priced as such. Yeah, I don't know. I know Orangewood is very popular, and they're quite affordable. The fact that they're direct and you can't find them in stores does kind of.
Yeah, it's always tough when you can't put your hand on them.
Yeah. The only Orangewood I played is like the bottom rung of it. It's just owned by a guy at our church and just lives in the green room, and I'm not thrilled with it. But also his strings are so dead that I have no idea. But yeah, you can check those out if you're in the market for a second acoustic guitar.
Yeah, like a good backup.
Yeah.
Oh, there's Sarah Beth for this episode.
Hey, speaking of backups. This is something I found interesting. The makers of Auto-Tune have unveiled a new vocal compression plugin that uses machine learning, which is basically machine learning is just looking at all the data and coming up with an average regression line.
Are we going to skip that other thing?
We'll come back to it because we can skip around as much as we want.
Okay.
We're in Plugin Town at this point.
Welcome to Plugin Town.
Welcome to Plugin Town. So it will sit there and learn from you and come up with an ideal setting. The longer you use at that setting. So especially with compressors, that's a great thing because a lot of people don't know how to set compression very well.
Yeah.
So I think that's a pretty cool feature.
Would you say most people over compress or under compress?
Both.
Oh, most. They do both at the same time?
Yeah. Well, so most people use compression as limiting, which is not what they should be doing.
Right.
So if you are a AutoTune Unlimited user, which is $25 a month or $175 a year, this actually comes bundled in. Antares is moving to the subscription model, which sucks because you can't own anything these days. But if you can't own a full Mesa Mark II, you can get the next best thing with Neural DSP's new plugin.
Yeah.
So, you're seeing more and more of this from Neural. Instead of doing a artist model, this is just the full model of the Mark II C++, which, if you remember, the Mark VII has a mode to do this as well. It's more of the great plugins that Neural does.
So, question.
Yes.
So, at what point are they going to have these plugins available for free for Quad Cortex?
Free? Probably never.
That kind of sucks. Not even the plugin. At least where you could use it on the Quad Cortex.
So, they sent an email out this week.
Mm-hmm.
Are you aware of this, or is that you segueing me in this? Because it's a
no.
good setup.
This is literally just my brain was saying, well, if they've got the Quad Cortex, you would think they'd make this available to Quad Cortex owners, and that would be another selling point for Quad Cortex.
So my understanding is on the back end, how they're modeling the amps is the same kind of technology. So at some point, hopefully, this just becomes just an amp model inside the Quad Cortex.
Right, and that's what I'm at. Yeah, that's what I'm going for.
Because I don't really use the amp models in the Quad Cortex, I just use captures. I don't really know what's in there and whatnot. I think they just came out with the John Petrucci models in the last update, if I'm not mistaken. So there is, a Mesa Mark in there, but just not this one. But Neural sent out an email this week to their mailing list talking about how basically they're stretched too thin in terms of programming, and they've made the decision to delay porting plugins to the Quad Cortex for the time being, and they're trying to get all their plugins up to running on Apple Silicon. That's their primary thing. So, Neural seems to be a company that does amazing things.
Yeah.
Makes a lot of promises and seems to get over their head with the programming side of it and not communicate well once they're in there with promises that take too long to come to real life.
Yeah.
Having said that, in my opinion, the Quad Cortex stands on its own as a fantastic platform that doesn't need plugins.
Yeah, but I still think it'd be cool to have, seeing as they're doing.
Oh yeah, it will be cool if and when it finally happens. But it does not need it to be the contender that it is right now.
No, I just think it would be a big selling point, though, that they could use. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it was a big part of the marketing when they came out with it. It was like, oh yeah, you'll be able to run plugins on this too. And we're like, what? And I think it's one of those times where the echo chamber of people talking about it spread misinformation. Because I walked away with that thinking, I could load any AU on this thing, any plugin, and I can just run it. That's how I walked away. So think about how, Strymon came out with that Big Sky plugin. What if that was just in the Quad Cortex? You know what I mean? It's all that's how the mind spins on this. Whereas it's hard to go back in time and remember what they actually promised at that first NAMM when they announced it and they sold out right away. But they're still the only capture device that can run more than one capture at a time.
Yeah.
Tonex didn't do that. The Kemper can't do that. and that's it.
Yeah.
And the fact that I can run I'm running 8 captures at the same time. I captured all my drive pedals. And so I use the Quad Cortex as a mini board of my stuff.
Yeah.
And as a result, I don't really look at a lot of their in the box stuff, Whereas my buddy Anthony has a Quad Cortex and he uses it not Tony DeGraw, Anthony, my buddy here. Though I'm assuming Tony DeGraw does a lot of this stuff too, because he just got one. But he uses the amps built in and he loves it. And he's like, this is perfect. I'm done. And he was a big pod guy for a while. Like he had the Pod X2 and some of that kind of X3. So yeah, it's just, anyway, people love to complain about how Neural's failing to live up to the promises of their stuff. I honestly think it's fine. And people are just I think a lot of people just want to complain, and I don't know how many of those people actually bought a Quad Cortex.
Yeah.
But for $99, you can buy the Mark II plugin, or you can try it for 14 days for free, which is also pretty awesome. And just run it as a standalone app.
I do it all the time. With the Neural stuff as I download. And then even then with, because you have to use iLock, you can do it multiple times. You can do the 14-day trial multiple times sometimes.
Oh, really?
Yes. I don't know how, but I did.
Do you have a physical iLock, or is it the iLock in the cloud?
iLock in the cloud.
Okay, that's good. iLock in the cloud is so nice.
Mm-hmm.
I remember the days of having to carry around a physical iLock all the time, and then they broke, and they were terrible. Speaking of broke and being terrible, the last piece of news, and then we're going to wrap this up because you and I are both yawning, and we've been going way too long. The Gibson Dean lawsuit is back in the news.
Way to go.
Dean was found in civil contempt of court for failing to comply with the ruling in the Gibson trademark suit.
Oh my gosh.
Which is worth noting, there was the very small punitive damages against Dean, but they were still found in fault of, violating trademark laws. Which meant they should have ceased operations. They have continued with some of their models, and so they're being found in contempt. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
I mean, this is just another... Dean seems to be having a lot of troubles. Both, you have this side of it. You also have all the CEO drama with that family, with embezzlement and those kind of things.
Yeah, Dean is turning into a crap show. I mean... Dean is becoming a more public crap show.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, guys. Well, speaking of crap shows, we're going to end this crap show. Thanks for joining us. You can go to thefxloop.com. It has links to our Facebook group, our Instagram, our merch, our YouTube. You can email us, or you can do it on our Patreon at patreon.com/thefxloop and join the chat room. And you can get Scott's to respond to you pretty quickly, and me at some point, unless you tag me or make a list. If that's my bat signal. But yeah, thanks for listening, guys. Appreciate you. But, Scott, you gonna join in on this? Help me close this thing out.
Why am I supposed to say goodbye?
What?
When am I supposed to say goodbye?
Why?
When?
Oh, okay. All right, everybody. We'll see you later. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
All right.
Just keep pushing along. visionary. Why is negativity always drawn out? Pictionary, visualize love. Energize lives together. We undefeated. A plan to make weathers, no gloves needed. When we weed into the mindset of achieving and believing in community that remains happy. Then the after, the world should be one. Hate annihilated, every heart is one. Love again. So don't